Hi everyone, and welcome back to Keep the Peace. Today we're gonna have our final Ninjago January 2024 set review. This time it's for set number 71804, Arin's Battle Mech. This is a 4+ set, it has 104 pieces, goes for $15.99 in dollars, €14.99 euros, or £12.99 pounds. This set, along with the others in this wave, was sent to us by the LEGO Ambassador Network, so huge thank you to them for letting me do all of these reviews. But without further ado, let's get into the review. This set has quite a lot of different smaller builds, and here is everything you get in it. We of course have Arin's Mech, this little weapon stand, this cool little scenery piece with the Gong of Shattering, and this villain glider with some spare ammo. Minifigure wise, we of course have Arin and one wolf mask warrior. Let's start by looking at our minifigures. We have from left to right, Arin and a wolf mask warrior. Arin is using the new dual molded hood design, this time in gold and keyed orange to fit Arin's color scheme. And like in his Dragon Strike set, the torso, legs and face are the same as last year's Dragons Rising Season 1 sets, with his iconic hoodie design with the dragon on it and a Ninjago A. The Wolf Mask Warrior we are by now quite familiar with. He uses that new dual molded wolf mask piece with dark azure eyes, teeth and the back of the mask. And of course the purple and dark blue gi with the word wolf on it in Ninjago. This one also gets the armor piece in this set. On the backs of these minifigures we of course have the back torso printing with Arin's name spelled out in Ninjago and the wolf symbol on the Wolf Mask Warrior. If we take away some of the accessories, we can see Arin's face here. He only has a one-sided face. For the Wolf Mask Warrior, we also have a face print underneath the mask, showing a bit of his human face. And if we turn him to the back, you see there's an alternate face of the Wolf Mask Warrior with blue glowing teeth and eyes. In this set, we get quite a lot of minifigure accessories. For Arin, we get two golden katanas that can be attached to the little weapon stand. And for the Wolf Mask Warrior, we get this curved sword we also got in some of the other sets. On the little villain glider, we also have two minifigure spears that can be given to the minifigures as well, of course. And in the little scenery build, we also get the Gong of Shattering and this little mallet, which I assume is supposed to be a 4+ version of the magic mallet from the Eagle set. These can of course also be given to minifigures, and the Gong of Shattering is just a really nice printed golden minifigure shield. It has the letter GOS on it, meaning Gong of Shattering, as well as this cool face design here on the front. Let's start with the builds in this set. First up we have this little villain glider. I'm not exactly sure what this is even supposed to be. It sadly looks quite clunky. We have some sloping here on the top connecting to these bar connections. With these we can angle up and down these wing parts here on the side, so these can be very easily posed. They have some spears here on the side, and we also have some magenta pieces here in that middle area. On the top we have 4 studs here. This is where you can place your Wolf Mask Warrior. He basically just sits on there. It looks a little bit odd. From the back you can already see the nice little disc shooter. If you don't know how these work, you basically just press on the little round tile here in the back, and they shoot out quite well. It's very fast, so you almost can't see it when I shoot it here. We also get 2 extra discs as extra ammos, and you can easily reload it by clipping it into the back, and then you can fire it again. Next up we have this little scenery side build. This one is probably my favorite side build in the set. It has this little curved bit on the top, as well as these claw pieces on the sides. We also get these magenta bits to add some extra color, and of course the Gong of Shattering piece here in the front. This just looks really nice here in the light with all that detailed printing on it. On the sides here we have this little bit of foliage with one magenta leaf here in the front. And on the other side we have this beautiful opalescent crystal, as well as here in the front this opalescent rock piece. I hope you can see how these are like super shiny and sparkly. It's such a nice color. Of course we can open up this front area, and here it reveals the little mallet inside of that structure. If we rotate the build to the back, you can see that it is built around one of these big rock pieces in dark blue, and I think because of that it looks quite nice from the back as well. One thing I also noticed with the side build, and I don't know if this is intended or not, it has the 2 studs here on the top, And if we flip forward the Gong of Shattering, we can basically just land the little villain glider on this build, and I think that's quite fun. Our next build is this little weapon stand. It's extremely simple, basically just a yellow plate with these little spikes here on the side and the sword holder. You can very easily take out Arin's katanas if he needs them, and they are quite loosely connected in there. And finally, we have Arin's battle mech. This is quite simple, using the Marvel Mech torso piece and front. That way you can rotate the upper body 360 degrees. It also uses the big pre-molded leg pieces. And here's how the mech looks from the back. It doesn't look too bad in my opinion. We can get some posability out of this. We have mixel ball joints in the upper arms, and we can of course rotate the waist. And we can also get into maybe a bit of a stepping motion here with these leg pieces. So you can do poses that look a bit more dynamic. As I said, the legs use these big leg piece molds. The feet are basically just a 2x6 plate with these black slopes here in the front. These leg pieces basically just have this hinge-like rotation connection, so you can move them forward and back like this. The torso is simple as well, with the Nexonite shield here in the lower part, as well as this rounded car piece here. The upper half is mostly built with the specialized mech pieces, so there's no gaps or anything. In the front we have this new printed 2x2 tile with that dragon symbol. We can of course very easily open up this whole area. Inside we have this little plate with 2 studs. This is where Arin sits, but because of that plate he sits a little bit higher than Jay does in his mech. You can kind of see that when Arin sits in there, because if we close this all back up, you can see how his shoulders are sticking out a bit more than Jay is in his mech. The arms are also fairly simple with mixel ball sockets here at the top. That's where all the articulation comes from. We have this golden decoration here on the upper arm with those 2 little horns. I wonder if this is a reference to the horn on his Dragons Rising Season 1 suit. The lower arm has this normal tile and some clips that hold onto his sword. And the other arm is almost the same, but instead of the clip we have this gray piece here that allows us to spin the shuriken that is attached to the front. This works really well. We can spin it like a buzzsaw. That's always a fun inclusion. We get 4 spare pieces in this set, nothing too crazy, and of course no stickers. This set actually has 2 instruction booklets, one for Arin's build and the other one for the villains. These are in the super easy to follow style, where it basically tells you what pieces to get and then where to put them. And in the back here we also have an ad for the other sets. This set also came with plastic bags in my copy, but a lot of the other sets in this wave already have the new paper bags. Okay, it's time to give you my overall thoughts and opinions about this set. This is a 4+ set, so I'm not really the target demographic. Most people watching our videos are probably not really the target demographic. Maybe you're a parent, but I always try to consider that when giving my thoughts and opinions about these sets. And I think this one is actually one of the better 4+ sets. Mechs in 4+ sets definitely have come quite a bit with those Marvel mech pieces and the SECBS pieces. They're a lot nicer now than they used to be, like when we had the 4+ J's Electromech, for example, the very triangular, big, clunky mechs. So this looks a lot better. I think this doesn't look like a 4+ set from afar. So I think that's definitely a good thing. And I also think price-wise this set isn't too bad. It's $16. We get this mech. I would value this at around like $10 if I compare it to other Lego mechs. Then we get these little side builds. And while I'm not really the biggest fan of this villain glider, it looks very clunky and I don't really even know what it's supposed to be. This one is quite nice. It looks very good. It has the printed shield. I think it's a very nice scenery piece. And I think those two to compare, like, they make up $6. I think the price overall is generally in the fair range, especially for 4+ sets, which tend to be quite a bit pricier. One thing I just can't shake, like, looking at this set, is that Arin really needs some bigger, not 4+ sets for him personally. So far we've only had this, the little mech in the Lloyd mech, and his Dragon Strike set. So we really need some bigger Arin sets. But maybe we can do something about that. I had the idea to build a combo model with all of the currently released Arin themed models. But so far we only have Arin's battle mech with the little weapon stand from this set, Arin's Rising Dragon Strike, which is the new gimmick set, and the little Arin Mech from the Lloyd and Arin's Ninja Team Mech set. So, on one of our Keep the Peace build streams, I just started by taking apart all of these models first, while the others were building their sets and we were talking about all things LEGO. And then I just experimented with what I could build with these pieces. If you want to go check it out, you can watch almost the full process on our build stream number 4 here on Keep the Peace. I'll put the link in the description. And after some struggling, I like the torso build I have, but I'm running out of pieces for like the wrist. I settled on building this dragon-themed mech. Introducing Arin's Dragon Warrior Mech. With a dragon head that covers Arin while he's piloting the mech. The transparent dragon wings here on the back. We of course have the big dragon tail from the Rising Dragon Strike sets. And the shuriken blade on the hand. You can still rotate it, of course. The other hand is equipped with these razor-sharp claws using the katanas and blades from the mechs. Finally, a bigger model for Arin, as he deserves. And I really hope we'll get some bigger Arin sets in the future. Alright, thank you all so much for watching the review. I hope you enjoyed that last part. Thank you once again to the LEGO Ambassador Network for sending us these sets. I hope you enjoyed all these Ninjago January 2024 sets, but be sure to subscribe to Keep the Peace for a lot more other content. We have other LEGO set reviews, we have a lot of podcasts, we have a lot of reacts, so be sure to subscribe, be sure to check out what everyone else here in Keep the Peace is doing, and thank you all so much for watching these reviews. I had a lot of fun doing them.